friends, welcome to Nirmal Bang. I'm Piyush Jain, and today, as a part of a corporate conversation series, we are going to bring the focus to the publishing space. We have seen over the last couple of months, this space again basically has been generating quite an excitement. It is also again linked to all the buzz around edtech. Also, paper prices also again have been actually really moving around. There's a lot of action, and in this all of action, we actually now go to one of the publications which is renowned, doesn't need any introduction in India, and there's nothing better than actually ask them what's happening in the industry and how it has been going for them. And for getting all of this, now let me actually welcome Navneet Education's Managing Director, Mr. Sunil Gala, to the show. Sunilji, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Sir, let's start from the focus on industry right now. What are the trends at present industry? I'll actually first start from the perspective of raw material prices. How are the paper prices doing for you?
So last one quarter, there has been no increase, no doubt. A year ago was unprecedented. We had never seen such paper price hike in a shorter period. But for last one quarter, as I said, prices are more or less stable. Going forward, as we get the news, internationally prices have softened. No doubt, paper industry in India are little at a sweet spot. But going forward, we are now getting clarity that paper prices are not likely to go up. Even if it goes up for a month or so, but again, it will come down. So that's the understanding that internally we have.
We have heard actually, and what our ground intelligence says that a couple of larger players they also actually look for paper imports. Is that a practice your company also follows?
Yeah, so if we look at last year, we had imported just 7% of our requirement. But if paper prices do not soften as international prices, we would definitely look more importing paper.
Right, and of late again, basically for the paper consumers, the companies like you, I think between Jan and Feb, actually trend has been better than the last December quarter. Uh,
Yeah.
what, according to you, what has been the primary reason for this? Was it largely the logistic related sort of international paper prices going up, and that's why domestic paper prices going up, or there was a domestic capacity constraint because the demand has been very robust, and we know like the raw material supply was in heavy demand.
Yeah, so originally the paper prices rose because of their costs going up drastically, and for them to recover. As if you recall, paper industry always has been a very big cyclical industry.
Yes.
Uh, a couple of years they do well, but thereafter, more than that, they really have to struggle. So for 3 4 years ago, there was no price hike at all, and their input cost had risen. So that was one of the main reason why they had to increase the paper prices together with link to the international paper prices. Now, international paper prices, what we have to further dissect is the quality of paper that we use versus the overall paper industry. So there are so many variety of papers that the international players also do manufacture. But we as a publisher and a stationery manufacturer, we use majorly writing and printing paper. That is the first category. And within writing and printing paper, we use grammage per square meters below 70. So internationally, that paper production went on reducing for last couple of years, I would say so. And therefore, whichever companies were manufacturing that quality of paper, writing and printing paper below 70 grams per square meter, all of them had increased the paper prices. And similarly in India as well. So that was the original reason for paper prices to go up for the product that we use. Secondly, after Russia-Ukraine war, because of the low power availability in the whole of Europe, many paper industries, paper companies had to reduce their production. And because of that, whichever countries were buying from European countries had to divert their sources from other countries. And a part of that is from India as well. That was another reason the
Yeah.
prices went. But now overall pulp prices have softened quite a bit. The other category of paper mills, paper quality also have softened, except the writing printing paper. So now we believe the next turn is for writing and printing paper, which should soften from the present levels.
Okay, so basically you are expecting a better June quarter, like this pricing trend would be actually gradually softening down over the next 1 2 quarters.
I no, I wouldn't say so. Our being seasonal business, at present, 90% of our requirement or consumption has already been sourced for the next academic year. So we have already paid the higher input cost, and
Okay.
for particular industry, I mean particular category, which is the publishing, we have priced that in our product, and we will be able to pass that on. So for June quarter, margins have been taken care. Going forward, post June, when we restart our production for the further next to next academic year, that time that may benefit us a little more.
Yeah, it sounds absolutely fair because you cannot change the price of a published academic book. I fully understand because you basically manufacture it and then circulate across India, across your distributors. Price
Yeah,
cannot be changed whether the
no,
raw material prices go up or down. It absolutely makes
that's
sense.
right.
Does it imply that since you would be publishing continuously depending on the restocking needs, does it imply that you would be actually stocking the paper 6 months or 9 months in advance?
So we just don't stock the paper as we stock or as we buy the paper, we start manufacturing or printing as well. So
Okay.
right from August, September every year, we do print the products and store them. So
Okay.
our average raw finished goods inventory also is more or less 3.5 months to 4 months inventory. So between September to March, we print and continuously build inventory, and then sales actually starts from the month of April.
Well, the good part here in this space is that the sort of you're able to pass through the price, as again there is some pricing power which resides with you because the students they have to actually get them sort of study material, and this is I think the beauty of the sector.
Yeah.
Now let's also sort of take a step away and try and understand how the strategy is playing a part right now. You have been investing a lot in edtech. I will come back to the core business again, but I wanted to actually have a sort of question here on the edtech, your current investments, how they've been doing, what is your vision as a strategy in this space, and your new investment which has been made in the school space.
So, first of all, we really need to understand the importance of technology in education sector. So there are two parts. One is business to business, which means the content or digital content that will be used by the schools and the teachers. And the other category is directly consumed by the student community. Navneet's focus has always been on school category, that is B2B. We have never focused on B2C category. Now, going forward, not only with the post-pandemic of during pandemic, schools understood the benefit of technology usage in the classroom. Of course, that time they were not able to use that in the classroom, but they were showcasing technology or teaching through the technology platforms as far as the platforms are concerned. But slowly, all of them understood the importance of technology in learning process. So as we see last 1 year or so, the elite schools or CBSE type of schools have already started implementing technological products in the classroom. So our Navneet's focus is on bringing out not only digital content but also right platforms for schools to use the digital content in the classroom. So that has been our major focus. And the other focus that we have is helping tutors. Tutors also is a big tuition is a big business in the country. So tutors also need technological solutions to impart education. So Navneet's focus has been there. As far as the what is the situation at Navneet, of course, it is quite primitive stage right now. For last 1.5 year, we really understood what are the gaps and what is that the tuition or teaching community requires while imparting education to the students. So all those products, be it for school, be it for tutors, the platforms are ready. Digital content also is ready for the school, digital content for the tutors, partly it is ready. So we have already launched this product to the school and the teaching community. Initial response has been reasonably well. I wouldn't say it is a great. Uh, if we try and little bit go deeper into it, one side usage of technology in the classroom is becoming more and more prominent, versus simultaneously the adoption level in the school is going little slow because of the teaching community, teachers community. So that is part one. Part two, the larger part of the schooling system in the country follows SSC curriculum, not CBSE curriculum. In SSC curriculum, the adoption levels are further low as far as usage in the classroom is concerned. But we are very clear that once the usage starts happening, then because of the peer pressure and the benefits of technology in the classroom, more and more schools will adopt. With all this background, what I'm trying to say is that for Navneet, it is still a primitive stage for us to prove that it is a great business to be in. But we are very clear that going forward, combining technology with the physical books is the way forward for any education company. And therefore, Navneet is investing quite aggressively in that sector.
I'm tempted to ask you, sir, like how it has been about deploying artificial intelligence, or are you about AI combining your sort of legacy in terms of content? Are there any sort of exciting startups where you're investing which actually are using AI? Because AI seems to be buzzword in the education right
I
now.
I agree, but education industry per se, and that too in the country like India, I don't think so. We can dare to bring out very expensive products. We
Right.
have to start with the basic products,
And,
and
and,
at
and,
least
and
which
mass
is
products.
sorry.
And mass products.
Yeah, and in mass production, as the adoption level goes up, we'll have to further go on investing in various other different technologies, including AI and machine learning. That we will, but that's little further away, not immediately. So we are really not focusing on that front. Uh, but definitely, for we cannot ignore techno or digital products, and that is the reason we are investing in there.
Absolutely. So that's something, and I think our viewers will also actually like to know uh, what is the sort of swing factor you are expecting. Is there any sort of monetization you are looking in the near future? Number two, what is the strategy? Do you actually work around for really long term with these investments, or you largely look at a gestation period of 3 to 4 years and then you monetize it? Like, what is the vision from the company?
So let me tell you, when pandemic started, there was huge demand for technological products. That time we did not have clarity ourselves, and therefore we did invested in two companies. But I wouldn't say those were very big investments. So monetizing those investments is not really. We are not very sure when will we be able to do that. Only investment that we have done, which is quite interesting, and that is into school management system that we did on an average 7 years ago. That company is doing exceedingly well, has been valued again and again several times when they raised more and more money. So that company has really done very well. Now the beauty of that company is the implementation of digital education and technological products while imparting to the in the school. That is the reason that company is being valued quite nicely today. So monetizing that investment, maybe in a couple of years, we are sure that we are looking at monetizing that investment. Whatever value that it has created till date, it will be further better from here. That also we are very confident of.
Very nice. So I think with that thought, actually, let's come back to the core strategy. What has been sort of your expectation from the recent new curriculum framework, which has been announced by the government of India, and how you're basically strategizing? What sort of earning swing factor it can be for you? Please help us understand.
So, new education policy, which is called NEP 2020, announced, and it's a big change in the education sector overall, I should say. As far as company like ours are concerned, it is with respect to we will get impacted only when the curriculum changes due to the change in policy. And that curriculum change has already been announced by respective state governments. The first change in few of the grades has been announced in CBSE sector, where Navneet's focus is not that great. So for the FY24, there are a couple of grades that are changing in CBSE, mainly primary stages, one first and second grade. But going forward, our core businesses are from Maharashtra and Gujarat, where governments, respective, as I said, respective state governments, so Maharashtra and Gujarat state government have announced starting of change curriculum from FY25. So we have limited exposure to CBSE, so whatever benefits that we will get in the next academic year due to change curriculum that we'll get, but the major growth will start from FY25 for us.
Okay, that's something interesting note. And does it also imply that perhaps there could be a sort of margin swing also at that time, or usually the margins are quite stable because you work on volumes?
That's right. So if we look at last maybe 15, 20 years of our numbers, our margins have been between 33-35% as far as publishing business is concerned. And during this 15, 20 year period, there would be at least two revisions that would have already taken place. So, frankly, during revision change or change in curriculum, margins improve a bit because volume further rises. So going forward from FY25, that we are likely to see little improvement of margins and not impacting the margins.
Okay, sounds good. And from there, sir, like any sort of plans to really increase your presence in the CBSE segment also?
Yeah, full swing. With post Maharashtra and Gujarat, our next growth phase is CBSE. So for that matter, around 6 years ago, we did invested in one company in Delhi, which was focusing CBSE curriculum. That company, we had a tough time in first 4 years, but now it has stabilized and it has started making profits. So that is as far as publishing is concerned. As far as edtech or technological product is concerned or digital content is concerned, we are just now focusing only CBSE and trying to sell our products, be it physical books, textbooks, or digital products in couple of states of the country, just not focusing Maharashtra. So our next phase of growth and concentration is for CBSE. It means all India curriculum.
Okay, and how much time would you actually now expect? Like, because when you implement a strategy, it's usually for the next to next academic year. So, are you actually planning for, I would say, FY25 academic year?
Planning of what?
In terms of expansion into more volumes for the CBSE segment?
No, so CBSE segment, as I said, we acquired a company. It means we, as far as publishing is concerned, we are already there in more than 20 states of the country. We're covering more than 5,000 schools already, as far as physical books are concerned. As far as digital offering is concerned, we are not growing the same way. It means not in 20 odd states, but we are concentrating in the neighboring states because offering digital content and getting that adopted is a little different ballgame altogether than just accepting books to use. If we try and grow very fast aggressively, then there'll be huge expenses that we may not be able to recover soon. And therefore, as a strategy, we are concentrating around 5 states right now for to focus the digital strategy. Overall, what I am trying to say that as far as CBSE offerings are concerned, in physical books we are already there all India. As far as digital offering is concerned, we'll start with the 5 states. We have rather started with the 5 states, and then we'll go further as we experience.
Absolutely. And I now come to my favorite part, and that would be from a sort of revenue growth perspective. How is FY24 looking to you? Like somewhere around mid teens, high teens? Like how is it looking to you?
As far as margins are concerned,
No. Revenue growth. Margins,
oh,
I already know, sir. Your margins will be as stable as a rock. So I'll focus on the revenue growth.
no, I talked about margin because we have two businesses, publishing, which I agree that margins are quite stable, but as far as stationery is concerned, margin do fluctuate due to input costs. So we'll come to the stationery business, but as far as growth in publishing segment is concerned, we FY24 we foresee minimum 20% growth.
That's very strong. In fact, it's better than actually what we have been hearing from the industry peers. I think
That's
that
right.
should
No,
be.
I should tell you and I should clarify the reason here. The growth is majorly not on account of curriculum change, but what has happened in 2 pandemic years, we did see huge degrowth in volumes. Last year, FY23 was the first year post 2 years that schools restarted. We were very careful and we did not focus on couple of segment, particularly regional segment, to push our products because we knew that those schools were really in bad financial shape. So there was a degrowth of volume in FY23, though we could achieve the FY20 numbers as far as top line is concerned, but as far as volumes are concerned, we degrew by around 15 to 16%. Uh, we just believe that that volume growth will come back to normal as pre-pandemic level. That itself will give us the higher volume, higher revenue growth.
Yeah, because if I'm doing my maths right, it implies that there was a degrowth of 15 to 16% volumes, and now if it's a 20% increase in volume expectation, then actually we are talking about we will go back to the volumes which was existing 2 years back. So we'll be actually
True,
back to the normalized volumes.
true.
Okay, sir. And now let's go to the stationery segment, which you were actually explaining.
Yeah. So in stationery, as you know, we have around 60% or 65% of the revenue comes from exports and balance from domestic, which we sell all India. Now, as far as exports are concerned, we had a real, in terms of growth, of course, we did achieve 16% growth FY23 in terms of revenue, but margins really got impacted majorly due to the input paper price. In that business, it is a different pricing strategy. It means before back to school, we agree on a delivery for 12-month period with the buyers, wherein keeping some pricing paper prices in mind, we do quote them. But if prices goes very sharp like last year, it really impacts our margin. But we consider this as one of the challenge that we faced in after 25 years. But going forward, if paper prices softens together with revision of offering our new quotes that we gave for the next academic year of theirs, we'll be able to come back to much closer to the margins that we were enjoying a couple of years ago. So this is as far as exports are concerned. As far as domestic is concerned, yes, I should say 60% of the higher input cost we have inbuilt in our cost and have already transferred, repriced our products. We have not been able to reprice fully, majorly because of the competition that we have in the country. So even organized players also believe that paper prices cannot remain at this level and therefore they are not passing on 100% immediately. We also cannot do that. So therefore, in both stationery exports and domestic, we saw cut in margins in the FY23. We will come closer to the margins that we were enjoying before FY20. But once prices soften, then thereafter we'll definitely be able to come back to the margins that we were enjoying earlier.
Sounds good, sir. I'd like to, sir, close our conversation with one question by going back to the startup, which is doing really well for you. That is school management startup. And I think for our viewers, this question is for our viewers. Um, right now, from where actually, like, what is the amount you invested in that startup? If it is okay to disclose.
So I shouldn't say it is a startup. It is a school management system. It means it is an age-old business that is picked up by us. So we at Navneet have invested 118 crore over a period of 10 years on an average period investment period of six and a half years. So 118 crores we have invested. As per the last raise in last October, company was our stake was already valued at 650 crore. And going forward, as we plan exit in couple of years, I'm very sure we will be able to generate more out of these investments.
Well, I think that information I think should be pleasing for our viewers. And overall, I think we have started FY24. So I think from our side, sir, all the best wishes to you for
Thank.
really a sort of strong business after some tough quarters.
That's right. Thank you. Thank you very much.
And thanks a lot for coming on the show. And with that, dear viewers, it's a wrap on the show. Hope you enjoyed it.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the bell icon to never miss an update from Nirmal Bang.